Okay, a slightly different room to the house than normal, but what can you do? I want to take a few minutes to comment on the story setup they've got with on SmackDown, particularly in regards to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view that we've got coming up in 9 days on July 17th. Now, I speak for myself on this. Whilst it is good that on SmackDown we've got main event storylines involving two wrestlers that can actually wrestle and be decent on the mic, is great. One match after Extreme Rules, fine. Then Over the Limit, then Capital Punishment, and now we've got Money in the Bank. You know, four matches in a series involving Randy Orton and Christian, circulating around the World Heavyweight title. Now, say what you will about Christian. I know I've certainly changed my viewpoint on him, but Christian is one of the most impressive athletes that has been in the WWE since '98, ever since he debuted at Judgment Day '98, where he won the now defunct Cruiserweight title in his first match with the company. Now, Christian has been overlooked. You know, I'm be one of the first people to agree with that sentiment. I mean, he's not in the same league as that of Randy Orton, or the recently inducted Hall of Famers Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Triple H. Now, that's not to say Christian is not capable of bringing the crowds up. I mean, he did that as ECW champion. But I feel as though they're milking this storyline for all that it's worth, and this is the best storyline they've got to counteract with what's going on with Raw, with Cena still being the WWE champion. Now, you know, the segment they had on Raw this week, where I'll give the writers a little bit of credibility for Cena sort of standing up for Punk, even though he will be facing Cena at Money in the Bank in Punk's last match for the WWE, and Punk declaring that he will walk out of the WWE as the WWE champion. Now, I think this is just my opinion, take it for what you will, but this is kind of a similar setup to what some people feared might have happened with the Montreal Screwjob in Survivor Series of '97, because people were worried, sick, that Bret Hart would actually take the then WWF title to WCW. Of course, never came to pass, but I can see, you know, for script purposes, why Mackie, you know, in the story is a little bit worried. Now, considering that Cena is supposedly McMahon's favourite wrestler, I don't think for 1 second they're going to have him drop the belt. But vicariously, that would be an interesting story just to see how everything would pan out. But back to Christian and Orton, I really hope that this is it in 9 days for Money in the Bank, because it's gotten old. Seriously. And, you know, what's this gonna do going into SummerSlam next month? Whilst it would be interesting to see Sheamus versus Orton for the World Heavyweight title, that's just going to be a rematch from last year's SummerSlam, when it was for the WWE title, when both superstars were on Raw. And there's kind of a theory going around that at SummerSlam, the main event for Raw will be John Cena defending the WWE title against Alberto Del Rio. Interesting. I think a Del Rio title reign is coming, but it's like what would have happened at WrestleMania if he had been booked to win over Edge because Del Rio's good, but he's not ready, in my opinion. And in regards to Money in the Bank, from Raw, you got, for the Raw Money in the Bank pay-per-view, you got Kingston, Mysterio, Del Rio, Riley, Miz, R-Truth, and Evan Bourne. And I think Evan Bourne is due for a big push in the biggest possible way, because this guy has been overlooked when you consider what he has done in his short WWE career. And SmackDown, you got the likes of Wade Barrett, Sin Cara, Kane, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, Cody Rhodes, and Daniel Bryan. I mean, now that's kind of a more of an interesting setup on SmackDown, because the only one in there that is a former Money in the Bank winner is Kane, because more or less this time last year, when he was in that SmackDown's Money in the Bank pay-per-view match, he then cashed in later that night and then defeated then World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio. So I don't see Kane winning that match. It'd be nice if Daniel Bryan could win, but I don't think they'll give him that kind of push just yet. Sin Cara is definitely due for a push, because this guy is such an exciting athlete to watch in the ring. From when he made his debut on Raw the night after WrestleMania 27 and did that flying crossbody onto Sheamus over the rings. I mean, wow. I mean, this guy's got the exact same kind of excitement that Rey Mysterio provided when he debuted 9 years ago. It's already been 9 years since Rey Mysterio debuted? Where does the time go? It does look interesting to see what we've got in store for this summer, for SummerSlam. I'm just hoping that it actually delivers this year. And surprise, surprise, the core have imploded. Ugh. And with CM Punk leaving in 9 days, what does that say for New Nexus? You know, I'd like to hear what you guys would say in the comments section below. Yeah. I don't know. Should be interesting. And Mackie coming out the way he did, and then putting into the stipulation that if Cena loses next weekend, he's going to be fired. Guys, we know it's not going to happen, annoyingly. But, in fairness to the WWE, their pay-per-views have gotten better. Now, I've not personally seen Capital Punishment, but I have been told it's worth a watch. But, yeah, seriously, next Sunday, let's just hope that it is it between Christian and Orton, because, come on, guys. 3 matches was enough. 4 is just, you know, it's just, you know, it's just gone on too long. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the current stories in the WWE.